what are products you could create that your audience would want to buy? I think as you think about that, it's also helpful to think about, they don't have to be just on the people that you're profiling in your show. Could it be stuff like fun taglines that you create? Can you create things that represent the identity of your audience? Doesn't have to just be the show. So it doesn't have to be the Wild West extravaganza t-shirt. What might be better is to come up with some sort of tagline that isn't the show. I'm saying tagline, but it could be some sort of concept. What would people, I'm talking about t-shirts right now, but it could be anything, but let's use t-shirts as an example. The kind of person that loves your show, what might they want to express on a t-shirt, on a hat, on a whatever? And the chances are when you come up with that expression, that's something that's fun and interesting, is probably going to sell better than just slapping your logo on a t-shirt, which is what a lot of people do with merchandise. And I actually think it's a big mistake. So I'm going to give terrible examples because I haven't really thought about this, right? But a shirt that says gunslinger, modern day gunslinger, might sell better than Wild West extravaganza. A shirt that says, you know, why, these are terrible examples, but like Wild West at heart, but you get where I'm going, right? What's the thing that people would be like, oh, that would be a cool shirt? You know, if you think about, if you look at t-shirts that really go crazy, they're rarely the sort of brand or the logo. They're expressing some sort of thing that those people want to express. And also it can become also almost an inside language of things and ways you talk about on the show. If there's things that you say, that also helps you because you're dealing with real people. You don't have to worry about rights issues. You don't have to worry about, you know, I don't know that you can sell a Jesse James shirt. That's a whole other thing, but you can come up with your own sort of creative stuff. So that's where I would look on a merch standpoint. The other thing I would say about that I would recommend, there is a fantastic book called This Is Not a T-Shirt. And it's by this guy, Bobby Hundreds, who I don't know if you've ever heard of the Hundreds, but it's like a sort of streetwear brand. It's his autobiography, but it's also about the building of brands and this kind of stuff. And this is a guy who the Hundreds has become a huge streetwear brand that's done a million different things and cross promotions and whatever. And he talks a lot about, especially with a sort of clothing and merchandise angle, why people buy what they buy and what they want to express. And I think along these lines, if you start to think about what would be merchandise I could come up with, I think it'd be, first of all, it's a great story of just an entrepreneur sort of building a business out of nowhere, but also specifically understanding how to build a brand that people are going to want to wear and feels like they represent, that it represents something bigger than just whatever the logo happens to be. So that's how I would approach selling directly to your audience.